Great, how are you?
Good. Get myself nice and cozy here.
Please. There you go.
I should get my slippers out. Nice shirt.
Thank you.
Well, we'll start with just I'll let you drink. I'll talk while you drink. Let's start with a nice, easy question. So season 3, we see the Titans leave Gotham, go on a road trip. We know they're stopping in Metropolis. What's kind of what's happening this season that fans can look forward to?
So we leave at the end of season 3 Gotham. We've exercised a lot of demons. We took some hits, but we got back up. We're a family again. We go on the road, heading back towards Gotham. I thought they were going to stop in Vegas. I knew we were putting them in the RV. We didn't know where they were going, and that is the truth. I think Brendan and I were talking about it. And Ryan, we really loved the road trip of season 1. Every year has had a different locale, and one was really on the road, and we froze our tails off because it was so cold. But it was cool looking. It was ice and snow, and we went to all these different places. And production didn't love it, but we were like, well, let's. Season 2 was San Francisco. We settled down. We were in Titans Tower. Season 3, we took a big swing and went into the Bat family. And we went to Gotham, and we exercised a lot of demons there. And then so we figured season 4, let's go on the road again with a detour in Metropolis, where instead of pursuing demons, demons find us. We like the contrast of Metropolis to Gotham, and then we like the kind of shiny steel and glass optimism, the big shoulders feeling of Metropolis as opposed to Gotham, the darkness there, which we felt we played out. So in kind of looking at Metropolis, it's obviously there, interesting in terms of exploring Superboy's story, in terms of an origin story for him, in terms of finding out who his family is, or not who his family is, in terms of finding out his parentage. He has a dual DNA construction, so is he more like Lex Luthor, is he more like Superman? To really put a spotlight on that growth for him and see which path he chose. He's at a point now. We also like the pressures it puts on a family when somebody's struggling. Titans is at its core a family show. So we really wanted to play, how does Nightwing, how does Dick Grayson, and how do Corey, the 2 leaders of our team, how do they deal with someone who's struggling? Every year we kind of try to put the family through a ringer. I don't know if you feel that way, but my family's always going through some kind of ringer. And and to see how they emerge, how it hits their heart, and how they're able to kind of be there for each other.
I have a question in terms of the tone or the lighting of the show. It's somber and dark sometimes. If moving into Metropolis is going to be much brighter in terms of scenery and cinematography.
It's a really good question. The show is we just won the ASC award this year, the American Society of Cinematography Award for a single camera, hour drama, which superhero shows never do. So I'm incredibly proud of our team. Yes. It's a real specific look. This year, we had to bring in different colors and tones in going to Metropolis. It's different than Gotham. You don't play darkness in the same way, but we do still find darkness there. And especially the show this year, we go into, it's a good question because it really allows me to talk about one of the things I'm most excited about is we make a real turn into horror this year. It's a real choice to go into darkness and horror, supernatural. And when you bring in characters like Mother Mayhem and Brother Blood into the show, it opens the door to exploring horror. So there's a lot of blood, there's a lot of effects, and the cinematography accounts for that.
Awesome. Thank you very much for that.
So what made you think that after the way season 3 ended, that Brother Blood would be the perfect villain for this upcoming season?
Well, it's a great question, and I think what we really needed to do is working within to turn back into the Titans universe for villains. Obviously, Scarecrow is not a specific Titans villain. Neither was Deathstroke, even though it's part of that world. We wanted a real specific Titans villain. And the one that made most sense, well, let me say this. First of all, the challenge with Titans villains are, you can't have jewel thieves and Bitcoin hackers, right? You need to have people who can fight the 2 or 3 aliens we have with superpowers. You have to, a master detective and an acrobat and fight expert in Dick Grayson. It changed it. We have all these different characters, right? So it has to be someone who's formidable. And family who has superpowers. And in that world, we really thought, oh, Brother Blood's the most interesting character in there. Somebody who can harness his own family, but has a different definition of what family means to fight ours.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Are there any plans for a fifth season that you can share or talk about or anything like that? Or?
Just prayers. We really want one. We really feel like there's a lot of, as they say, dry powder left for our characters. I think we shoot out of this season with a lot of finality, but also a chance for a future.
Awesome.
Thank you.
That's great to hear.
For Gar, I know we're kind of focusing a little bit on Superboy, but Gar too. What made this season be the core focus for him too? After everything.
Well, it's long overdue.
Yeah.
We have so many characters on our show and so many to serve that Beast Boy's function along the way has been the glue of the family, the one who believed most in the family. And once the family kind of gelled and got set, we're the most secure we've ever been at the end of season 3. It allows him to start, the squeaky wheel eventually emerges, right? So he has to start exploring who he is. Every season of Titans is going to have a few origin stories that we're going to go into. This season, we really focus on 2. On the Superboy story, origin story, and on not so much an origin story for Gar Logan, Beast Boy, but a kind of questioning and, as he would say, unraveling, so we can kind of get to see what his new self will be. He's going to shed his old self.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And we'll